Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone. For drivers who want to get the most out of their cars, it's Bridgestone or nothing. Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com. And by Hyundai. Experience the 2011 Hyundai Sonata today at HyundaiSonata.com.
Welcome back to The Big Show. It's Friday, September 16th, 2011, and it's time for another installment of Autoline Daily. Peter De Lorenzo here, but it's Mr. Auto Extremist to you, showcasing the latest and greatest news from the world of cars. But enough about me, let's get this thing started. Volkswagen is on the warpath. The car company, once quaintly referred to as the People's Car Company, is hell-bent on world domination. Remember, it wants to be the biggest automaker on the planet by 2018. To make this a reality, VW just announced a 5-year investment plan totaling more than $86 billion. $86 billion. The money will be spent on everything from product development for its 9 brands to plant upgrades to research and development. This figure does not include another 14 billion euros its Chinese joint ventures will invest. My advice to GM and Toyota, watch your backs. Automakers keep expanding in China to grab a piece of the huge market, but if they don't slow down, it could be a bumpy road ahead. According to the Wall Street Journal, overcapacity is a big concern. The country is expected to have 20% more capacity than needed within the next 5 years. Also, executives are wary about sharing EV technology with their Chinese partners, even if they have to in order to qualify for rebates. GM CEO Dan Akerson refuses to share Volt technology, and Ford also is being cautious. Mr. Akerson is dead right on this one, and this has been a concern of mine and should be a concern for all manufacturers lured by the riches promised while doing business in China. Speaking of China, last month we reported that Brazil is being flooded with cheap imports from China. In order to keep inventory levels in check, Bloomberg reports the country raised a tax on car imports that don't have at least 65% content from the Mercosur trade bloc or Mexico. It's expected this will increase the price of imported cars by nearly 30%. Federal Mogul is showing off a new spark plug design it has come up with. Called the Advanced Corona Ignition System, they claim it can reduce fuel consumption by 10%. According to the press release, these plugs create a much bigger, much higher intensity plasma spread. This allows for faster, more complete combustion. And look at that picture. It must be true. They claim this technology can also enable other fuel-saving strategies like lean burn, high exhaust gas recirculation, and stratified charge combustion. Yet another gasoline-powered car is set to join the 40 miles per gallon club. GM has announced that the Chevy Sonic with the Ecotec 1.4-liter turbo will get 40 miles per gallon on the highway when matched to a 6-speed manual gearbox. City driving is expected to deliver 29 miles per gallon. Production of the subcompact is already underway at GM's Orion Assembly Plant in Michigan, just up the road from here. We can't end this week without one more mention of the Frankfurt Auto Show. It just wouldn't be right. There were plenty of crazy things at the show this week, but this has to be one of the coolest. According to our friends at Autoblog, a German company has created a number of automotive sculptures out of scrap metal and junk car parts. Take a look at this gull-wing Mercedes. You can see it's made entirely of gears, brake rotors, and other bits of steel. The company's crafted a number of different pieces like this one, including a Porsche Spyder and a replica Auto Union race car. Amazingly, these beauties are for sale, but plan on spending some big bucks and getting a crane to move them. Prices range from about $54,000 for the silver arrow I mentioned to nearly $100,000 for that gull wing. After the break, find out what controversial vehicle I've been driving lately and how I reacted to it. You may be surprised.
Dow Automotive Systems, driving solutions in automotive, commercial transportation, and aftermarket with innovative products like Betamate structural adhesives. Lighter, stronger, safer. DowBetamate.com.
We had the opportunity to drive a Nissan Juke this week, and I found it to be a shockingly entertaining car. Powered by a 1.6-liter, 188-horsepower turbocharged 4-cylinder and connected to a wonderful 6-speed manual gearbox. A CVT is optional, but thankfully our test car wasn't equipped with it. The front-wheel drive Juke is an absolute kick to drive. Believe it or not, the Juke is every bit in the Mini Cooper S and Volkswagen GTI mode, only its packaging and design is out of category and hard to pin down. Is it a sport hatch or a funky little crossover? Well, it's a little bit of both, and that's why it's so intriguing. As a matter of fact, if the Juke packaging were to be wrapped in a new set of clothes provided by BMW and called the second coming of the 2002 for the modern era, it would not disappoint. It's that good and that much fun to drive. My one big problem with the Juke? It needs to be available with all-wheel drive and the 6-speed gearbox, not just with front-wheel drive. That would broaden its appeal and capture the attention of even more enthusiast drivers. As for the look of the Juke, it may turn some people off, but to me that's one of its most endearing qualities. Yes, it's quirky, but as my colleague WordGirl says, it's good quirky. I applaud Nissan for at least having a distinctive point of view, which is hard to come by these days. And for the record, in case you were wondering, Nissan's Murano Cross Cabriolet doesn't work in the least. It's ponderous and ill-conceived, but the Juke works just fine, so bless its funkified little heart. Don't forget to check out the live webcast of Roundabout tonight. The crew is recapping the Frankfurt Motor Show this week by covering 60 different cars in just 90 minutes. Good luck with that, guys. It should be a whirlwind episode. Watch it on our website, Autoline.tv, starting around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You know what? I think we're finished here. It's been a hectic week, and I've just got to get out of here. You should do the same. Get off the computer and go outside. Enjoy the summer weather before it's gone, like me.